So it's been a little while since I've been on a solo hike, so I thought today I would give you a couple of things. I'm going to update you on the gear that I'm using now when I do solo hiking and give you an idea of where I'm headed and take you along on the adventure.
We're Nathan and Tiffany. We own a wellness practice where we have dedicated our professional lives to helping people achieve, maintain, and enjoy wellness. We also love a great adventure. This is the channel where those two loves align.
I am going to hike another section of the Appalachian Trail. I'm trying to section hike the whole thing over, it's going to take me a long time, and that's fine. But I'm doing my last section that I have that's missing between here and the Smokies. When I finish this, it's a just shy of 52-mile section. When I finish this one, I will have done about 300 miles of the Appalachian Trail, which is like 13%. So I have a ton more to go, but I'm just trying to enjoy the adventure. And my hiking buddy that I normally hike with moved to California today. So I'm going to do this one solo. And I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to break up that 52 miles. I'm either going to do it in 3 days. I might, if I feel up to it, I'm just going to listen to how I feel physically, try and do like 2 marathon days and see how it goes. But I've plotted out a plan either way, and I have enough food for actually 3.5 days, just depending on how I'm feeling and how it's all going. So what I thought I would do now is I would take you through sort of the gear that I'm using at this point, but a lot of it has very much changed since my first solo hike. It is much lighter. Not all of it's changed. There's some pieces that I really, really like and I use still, and they may be still a bit on the heavier side, but because of comfort and frankly cost, just don't need to buy new all the time, I continue to use them. But I thought I'd take you through that whole thing, and then when it's all done, I'll pack it all up, show you how I pack it. Well, I'm not going to show you the details of how I pack it, but show you it all packed and weigh it and let you know. I think that a lot of people, they talk about like their base weight and stuff like that. I actually want to know how much I'm going to be carrying on my back. I will usually do all my food, all my fuel, all my, all the things that I'm taking with me, plus at least, 3/4 of a liter or a liter of water, if not a few liters of water, just to get an idea, depending on if it's going to be a dry or a more, I guess the term could be wet carry, I will add that much water. Today I might do it without any water just to get an idea, and then I'll add the water on top of it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is take you through what I'm going to be eating. So this right here is just going to be like a snack in the car on the way there. It's going to take a couple of hours to drive there. My lunch on day one is a couple of tuna packets, 2 mayo packets, and these are, for those of you who know, I've been gluten-free for like 17 years, so these are like a gluten-free cracker. I have those crackers every day. I'm going to try something new. I rarely have meals that, actually, I say rarely. I don't know if I've ever actually done one of these pre-cooked meals, but I have one here and I have an extra. Thank you to my friend who gave that to me. And she also gave me these delicious brownies, so that's going to be my dessert. On both breakfasts, I've made a homemade oatmeal that has chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, oats, dried strawberries, dried apples, cinnamon. It's pretty yummy. And then on day 2, I'm going to have cheese sticks, olives, and crackers again. Then my friend also made me this pasta dish, so I'm gonna let her know how that is. I tried it at her house. It's delicious. She's been very adventurous with all of her cooking. And then on the lunch on day 3 is pretty boring. It's crackers and peanut butter. But I brought some good snacks. I have some chocolate because everybody who hikes needs chocolate. I have a couple of bars, a whole bunch of jerky, including some that my friend made as well, some gummy bears, and then some electrolyte packets. I'm going to start with an overview of what I'm taking, but then I'll pull out a few key pieces and maybe give you a little bit more information. I still really like the Dan Durston backpack. There's a couple of additions here. I'll show you these in a minute and how I'm going to use these, but I'm going to use one for a new type of water bottle I'm giving a try, and then some of my media gear that I carry. Same trekking poles, Amazon special. If any of these are available, I'll link in the description where you might be able to find them. Still my Big Agnes 15-degree bag. I love the way that it attaches to the pad, so I'm going to keep sticking with that for now. My Dan Durston OG X-Mid one person. Still love that. And then a friend of mine gave me this chair, the Helinox Chair Zero. That is so nice to have. I also have my Big Agnes Q-Core sleeping pad. This is got a pretty high R rating. It's going to be chilly where I'm going, so we're mid-October now, and I'm going north, so P-Rag titanium spoon. I really do like the Jetboil system for a whole bunch of reasons, and maybe I should expand on that. You've seen a video before. I can link that below on my opinion of the Katadyn Be Free. I really, really like that filter a lot. I've stuck with that for a while now. This is the bathroom kit. Wipes, toilet paper, trowel, hand sanitizer. This is like the media kit, has my earbuds, chargers for phone or my Garmin InReach, and a battery pack. That thing is heavy. I wish I had a lighter version of that. This is optional. I don't know if I'm going to bring this or not. This is how I normally mount my phone on my bag, but I'm trying something new. Sunglasses, glasses, boogie rag, buff, gloves, a hat that my friend gave me that's so cute. I love it. And then up here, this is first aid, toiletries, emergency type stuff. This is the new water bottle I'm going to try. Taylor, she has a channel and she uses one of these, and I saw her using that and I was like, oh, that seems like a good idea. So I'm going to give that a go. Headlamp, camp shoes or water shoes, my puffy jacket from LL Bean, which I still absolutely love. The world's crappiest raincoat, which is probably a terrible idea. These are my sleeping clothes. I'm not going to show you my underwear, but leggings that are fleece lined and a merino blend turtleneck, 2 extra pair of socks, and this is my sack and my op sack to put my food in that I just showed you, and this is the clothes that I will be wearing. So I thought I would just pull out a couple of the key things that have changed since my last video, or things that I really feel strongly about that are a key piece of gear or have really made a difference for me. And one of them is these shoulder harnesses. They can be used either for camera gear, snacks, water bottles, and there's 2 different styles here. I haven't decided which one I like better, but either way, they're both handy. This one, the bag inside goes all the way to the bottom, and then the front one's in front of it. This one, the bag only goes down to here, and then this bag is below it. So I don't know if I like this feature as much yet. We'll see how it goes. But I might see if I can put my GoPro and my cell phone here, and then my water bottle and maybe like a small snack here. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to play around with it. This is a new headlamp. This is the Nightcore. I don't remember what model it is, but it's rechargeable, and it's quite a bit lighter than my last one, so I charged it up. It lasts forever, although I haven't done a lot of night hiking, just the one time. But that was with a different headlamp. Yeah, I like the fact that it's rechargeable and I don't need to carry extra batteries. Like I said before, this is a new try for me. I'm super curious to see how this works out. I wish that the carrying capacity of it was a little bit bigger. I think this is only half a liter or 500 milliliters. But what I do like about it is when it's there, I don't have to like pull things out or try and reach in that awkward pocket back here. It's just right here. I literally just kind of have to tip my head. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Katadyn Be Free, which I have it's a 3 liter, and fill it up. And then I will drink out of this. And when I feel like, once this is empty, I can take it out of the other filter. We're going to see if that's an efficient system. If not, I'll just go back to using a smart water bottle. These pee cloths, I know that they sound gross, but obviously don't wipe your bum with them, but just the front side. But they really are great. They're washable. They have an antimicrobial finish on them. This one, I won't say the name because I don't want to get like in trouble on YouTube, but I'll show it to you. Here we go. And I bought this on Amazon, but there's another one called Kula Cloth that has like really, really great reviews as well. I think that they both work probably really well, really great. Something that I use my buff for is I actually use it as a pillowcase on my blow up pillow, because not like I drool a lot or anything, but when you're camping and backpacking, you're not exactly clean, and because you can't wash properly the blow up pillow, but I can take this off and wash it when I get home. So that's actually the primary thing I use the buff for, but you can use a buff for a lot of things. If I get cold, I can use it as a neck up. I can use it as a hat. I can use it at night to cover my face if it's really cold. I can use it as a pillowcase. I can use it to clean things. Like a buff is a pretty handy tool when you're hiking. Something I wouldn't recommend are these gloves. This is just what I have. I really do need to be in the market for getting a better pair of light but warm gloves. These are actually relatively heavy considering for backpacking, and they're not that warm. So it's like a double loss. So these are probably not going to make the cut in the future, but I'm just waiting until the right thing comes along. A couple of other things that are important to me personally is I have clean underwear for every day of this hike, but I generally hike with 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks. And I think For me personally, clean undies and clean, dry feet are important. If I have trouble at all when I'm hiking, it's generally going to be with my feet, with blisters or just in general having pain in my feet. Like I can literally hike for a week and my legs don't even get sore, which is really strange, but my feet will be a mess. So in an upcoming video, I'm going to actually go over my new sneakers that I've chosen. I'll show them to you really quick. I mean, they're not super new right now. I've used them a few times just to make sure, because I don't want to go on a long hike and have used them. But you'll see in a prior video where I did a review of the Topo Athletic Ultra Venture Pros, and I absolutely loved those sneakers, except they had a durability issue where right here in the back of the shoe, it wore out very, very quickly. Like 60 miles quickly. And so I thought maybe originally it was the first pair. I just got a new pair to replace it, and it did the exact same thing. These are the Ultra Ventures, not the Pros. And they don't have this rigid plastic back here. I think that was the problem. That's why it was rubbing. I don't know for sure, but I'll let you know. So far, so good on these, but I'm going to do a review on them after I've put them to the test on a longer and more mileage hike. Something I've added to my kit is a Mylar blanket, specifically for this time of year because it's getting cold. And just in case I need to like line my sleeping bag or something like that, just for a little extra protection, that I think will be, it's so light and I think it's worth having. I'm also carrying a little bit of mace. Now, if I was out west, I would have bear spray. Here on the East Coast, we have black bears, but they're not generally aggressive. This is more for peace of mind of everyone else in my life. I'm actually probably don't need this, but I have it. What did I say it was mace? It's not mace, it's pepper spray. It's not mace, it's pepper spray. But I have it, and I'm going to put it in my little hip pocket, and hopefully that will give some people some peace of mind. Another cool thing that I've started doing, both when I travel and when I'm backpacking, I'm going to see if this is a good idea. If I need things like toothpaste tablets, powder, Aquaphor that I use mostly on my lips or for blisters or things like that. I'm only going for a few days, so a little bit of sunscreen. I've been using these contacts cases and putting them in there. So hopefully that is going to be a smaller, lighter version, but also durable, because I've used little baggies in the past and they weren't always durable. They sometimes broke. So we'll see how that goes. Little teeny tiny brush with a mirror in it, which could also be used in an emergency situation if I needed a mirror. I think it's always wise to have a little tiny lighter. I have no intention of starting a fire, but I have them. I have a couple of blister, they're called, I think they're called Compeed. Yeah, Compeed. These are blister bandages. I have a few of those. I have a couple of regular band-aids. I have a couple of steri strips, in case something really nasty happens. Hopefully not. I also have a little tiny roll of duct tape and Leukotape. This is like blister thing, or if I have to patch up my sleeping pad or anything like that. The world's tiniest little Swiss Army knife, which has scissors and a knife and some tweezers and like all the things you'd actually need. And yeah, that's pretty much it in the first aid kit. I think there's some earplugs in there just in case some people are loud snorers. Another thing I always have, I am completely and totally addicted to chapstick. So this is the world's tiniest little chapstick. I get this from my dentist actually, and it has a little bit of SPF in it. So little baby chapstick. I love anything that's in little tiny packages. I love tiny things. As a backpacker, I like tiny things and light things. Another thing that I'm in the market for is I really need to get a better rain jacket. I do not have a good rain jacket at all, but I'm going to use what I've got for now. Something else that I've been really happy with are these trekking poles. I got these on Amazon. They're carbon fiber. They were not expensive. They have core candles, which I've really appreciated. And they also are part of my tent system because I have a trekking pole tent. And these have been used and used and used. And they're great. They're standing up to the test of time. I consider these to be a pretty high value. And there's a lot of other options out there that are also great, but notably more expensive. So this might be something to check out. They're called the Fit Life. So if it's still available, I'll put the link in the description box. I got them on Amazon. And my luxury item, my Headlamp chair. Not having to sit on the ground when you're having lunch or at the end of the day when you've been working pretty hard. is pretty great. And this chair weighs about a pound. Actually, I think it's almost exactly a pound. And it's so quick to set up. It's so light. It's very durable. It feels sturdy. I really appreciate having this chair when I'm hiking.
The hardest part of this is getting as far as possible.
.25 pounds. That's pretty good without water. Gotta add water and without my phone.
That's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful, and please check out the other videos where Nathan and I go on an adventure after this and split our weekend and see who had the most fun.